over here on this page. Here on this page. I think we're good there. Let me put you over here. Solid, solid, solid. All right, how we doing? Oh, it's time. Let's rock.
We rolling? What's
Oh,
up, everybody?
hold on. And
All right, we're rocking and rolling. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 298. Yeah, that's right. 298th episode of Boog Life, pitted with Action and Manny V. And stoked as always to join you, brother. I'm coming to all of you from the outskirts of Charlotte, North Carolina. Manny V, where are you at?
I'm actually in San Diego, Cardiff, San Diego. And yeah, I am here in my little office, ready to rock and roll.
Nice. So let's get right into it. Shout outs from me this week. My shout out goes to three-time world champion Damian King.
What? That was going to be my shout out.
Yeah, great minds think alike. But hey,
Yep.
for those of you who haven't heard the news, Kingy has come out of retirement to compete at this year's Pipeline event. And that news got me so fired up. I love Kingy to death. Innumerable great experiences over the years. From the first time hanging out with him at the 2005 Jenks Pro to, cruising with him a little bit on World Tour events, watching him win the Drop Knee World title in 2011 in Puerto Rico, which made him the first and only professional bodyboarder to ever win world titles in both the men's and drop knee. It's never been done in the same year, but Kingy, two world titles back to back, 2003, 2004 in the men's pro bodyboarding, and then 2011 a drop knee world champion. And hearing he's coming out of retirement, that got me all fired up.
Yeah, I mean, that was and I mean, my shout out was gonna be the same thing. And the reason was, there's a lot of bodybuilders and you can, I mean, there's a lot of ex-pro bodybuilders that just put the boog in the closet and forget about that life they've had. But for me, for Kingy to, freaking roll up his sleeves, get back on the boog at Pipeline, it's a testament of how deep bodyboarding runs in his blood.
Well,
The
you know
hard
what?
yards, training and book.
Go ahead.
Well, watching the video and knowing Kingy's back in the mix, it just gets me thinking, Australia has such a strong legacy and presence in the history of bodyboarding since day one, pretty much. And, it kind of pains me that Australia isn't more prevalent on the world tour these days. They used to be a force to be reckoned with. I know a big part of it is financial support from sponsors and, being able to cover travel expenses. But God, what I would not give to see the Australians return to prevalence on the world tour. I mean, think about it. We've seen it firsthand. World champions like Kingy, Ben Player, guys like Mitch Rollins and Dave Winchester, who came close but never quite nailed down a world title. The level of talent coming out of Australia was always, you know, right up there at the top of the list. And Kingy was one of those guys. He went from he was always the joker. He always had a tremendous sense of humor. But
Yeah.
once he, dialed down and really, you know, prioritized winning a world title, you know, Kingy was unbeatable.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the times where the Australians came onto the scene and pretty much held the hammer down for a while. We had Ben Player. We had the players. Toby was a force to be reckoned with as well. And you had the drop kneers. You had freaking Matt Lackey.
Dave
You got,
Ballard.
yeah,
God, there's so many names we could rattle off. Former Pipeline champion Steve Bullet McKenzie, Eppo. The first Australian world champion. The list goes on and on. Nugget. Nathan Purcell. There was never a shortage of talent. The Skid Kids, the Shark Island crew. Just I have a tremendous respect for the Australians, and it was always fun, cruising with them. Never a dull moment. Those guys have an uncanny sense of humor, great personalities, which I always thought was a tremendous attribute for our sport,
yeah,
and the talent level was mind-boggling at times.
yeah,
And one more thing with Kingy, the thing that always really touched a nerve with me, and I truly appreciated, it was only after his mom passed away that he went on to win his two world titles in 2003, 2004. And to me, that has that wasn't even me who went through that, but just him recounting that story to me once, you know it really got to me on a sentimental level.
yeah. I mean, he's just, the epitome of where, I mean, he comes from Port Macquarie, the bodyboarding capital of Australia. And, he's just following suit of that first generation. And, and these are the men. They also had a strong force of female bodyboarders too.
Yeah, you've got Lily Pollard. She was a force on the tour for years. Vicky Gleason. Now, for the past 25 years or so, Vicky Real. And yeah, it's the level of talent out there. You know, Men and women coming out of Australia. Yeah, we can't forget, our good friend Kira Llewellyn, the first non-Brazilian women's world champion also from Australia. Again, we could rattle off names for the next half hour and not come to an end.
Yeah, yeah. And on that note, I'm gonna share this link in the YouTube channel right now. If you haven't done so yet, watch the movie Holding On. It's about the Skid Kids, and it is definitely one of those movies. If you haven't seen it, uh, definitely put it on your list of movies to watch. I believe it's on Apple TV. That's where I just put the link. You can probably see some highlights on YouTube, but if you want to see the movie in its entirety, pay for it. It's not that much. You're contributing to the guys that put in the time to put it together, and I have it. It's in my library, and whenever uh, I'm going to be involved with commentating or talking about Australians, I pop this in just to get. It's a really good chronicle and history of bodyboarding in
It's a
Australia. So
quintessential bodyboarding documentary. If you want to make yourself familiar with a crucial part of bodyboarding history, this is a must-watch film.
totally, totally. All right, shout outs. We got them both.
Yeah,
Kingy.
and just to finish it off, I'll say the same thing I said on my social media pages. Kingy, you're a fucking legend. Go out there and charge it, brother.
Yeah, yeah, I'm stoked. Hopefully, do you know anything about the live stream? If they're going to live stream it, and if so, do we have a link to that?
I do not have any information on whether or not that'll be live streamed. The event is at the end of the month, so we have time to dig up the information and get everybody updated on that. But definitely something for all of us to keep an eye out on. Pipeline, Her Majesty. Pipeline has always been the crown jewel for bodyboarding.
Yeah,
Back in the day when it was a standalone world championship and when it was a part of the world tour, you
yeah.
know, bodyboarding, a large part of its history is thanks to Pipeline itself. That wave made and broke careers.
Do we know? who the first official pipeline bodyboard champion is?
Well, prior to the first Pipeline World Championship, there was an event there hosted by Surecraft and Coca-Cola. It was won by bodyboarding legend JP Patterson. I want to say it was 1981. You know, JP, Pat Caldwell, Ben Severson, they can all correct me if I got the date wrong. I'm just trying to rattle it off the top of my head right now. I think I have something about it on my bodyboarding 101 blog. I didn't think to pull it up for this episode. I wasn't thinking about mentioning it, but yeah, before the first official Pipeline World Championship world champion, which was Daniel Kaimi, there was an event prior to that. It was just a pipeline event, like a local event, and it was won by JP Patterson.
Okay. All right. And that's what I wanted to, because I know JP and Daniel Kaimi, but I just didn't know where the difference was.
JP was the first pipeline bodyboarding champion, and Daniel Kaimi was the first time bodyboarding world champion as crowned at Pipeline.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
so yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of gray areas and asterisks in the history of bodyboarding. Both from the early days of Pipeline, the days of Pipeline as a world championship standalone event, the start of the GOB World Tour and the various World Tour sanctioning bodies that have followed since then. You know, it's been a wild ride throughout the course of bodyboarding, and you know, it there's a lot of colorful history, and it's really worth getting to know the history of our sport.
Yeah. Here's the flyer on Hawaiian bodyboarding. It's the window is for February 25th through March 10th, and they're looking for 3 solid days of competition. So it's going to be exciting to watch if they have it online. I'm pretty sure they're going to stream it. But like you said, we do got time. We do have time, and we will dig that up for you guys. But
Yes, we will definitely dig into that and confirm it for all of you. Um, And you know what? Our shout outs kind of blurred the line right into bodyboarding news. That's kind of what I was looking to talk about was, Kingy, the pipeline contest. And I'm glad you asked and we got to talk a little bit about the history of bodyboarding and pipeline. Yeah, those topics can't be discussed enough. We have such a rich history in the sport and lifestyle of bodyboarding. And, right there, chapter one when it comes to competitive bodyboarding is pipeline. And, I'm glad to see there's going to be a pipeline event this year. It pains me when a year goes by and there's no pipe contest. Uh,
right
almost
there
as
with
much
you.
as almost as much as it pains me not being able to get back to Hawaii as much as I would like. For the past what 14 years now, almost every year in the back of my head, the hamster wheel is turning. How do I get back to the North Shore?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm right there with you.
There's two places in the world that I've been to, and I'm always scheming in the back of my head, how do I get back? Hawaii, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
You're covering Puerto Rico in November. I will be on that trip.
All right.
Guaranteed, 100%. I am cruising Puerto Rico with you and Jacob Romero.
All right, November 1st through the 8th. I'm actually working on the web page as we speak, so be ready for that. I should have something all dialed in by next week.
Yeah,
Next week
for me,
is
that's a done deal. As soon as you firm up the dates, you'll be getting my deposit, and I will be sussing out airfare.
yeah,
I cannot wait. And, again, you know me. I'm very passionate about bodyboarding, a very sentimental, sappy, hopeless, romantic kind of numbskull. But my first wave in Puerto Rico, I guarantee you, I'll be pulling in on my TMPD signature model from Custom X Bodyboards in honor of my gone way too soon good friend, brother from another mother, Tyrone Perez.
Yeah, yeah, I can't wait for that. So November 1st is a Saturday through November 8th. Those are the dates. It's just a matter of putting all the dots together, and it's going to be going down. So be ready for that. We'll have everything dialed in by next week's pitted.
And on a side note, my mouth's already watering thinking about diving into some mofongo.
Totally.
Yes.
Awesome.
All right. So, yeah, that's really all I got this week.
I want to, since we're talking contests, let's talk about the February 10th through the 16th, the Bocas event. That is going to be going down next week. Unfortunately, I'll be in Bocas del Toro, but I'll be there with a surfing group. Unfortunately,
Sacrilege.
I know it's so, but I mean that's how the cards were dealt. I unfortunately we couldn't line up our dates sooner, and people have been breathing down my neck to get these Boca's dates out. And as soon as I did, I got a full group during that week, and yeah, they got to me a little later, but. Yeah, this is going to be another epic event to watch. Um, if I get a moment, I'm going to head down there and just say hi to everybody and see how things are going. The the crew that they have is pretty solid, and yeah, I'm really excited for this event too. The wave is phenomenal. The criteria of bodyboarding, or not, the caliber of bodyboarding at this event is pretty next level. I mean, you got Edwin Nunez, you got all these local riders that come out of the woodwork and just destroy this wave. It's pretty amazing. We will be sending out the link to the live stream once it gets closer.
Tropical paradise. Every time I see photos or video footage of it down there, that's another place on my travel to-do list. I've never been to Panama. God knows I need to get down there.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. Um, so here's a couple of the names that are going to be showing up. They got a Masters division. Um, And yeah, yes, Danny, he's one of those people that keep an eye out on. Sergio has won this event before. Oh wow, Teresa, the word's getting out. This is a sick event to attend. She's coming from Portugal. Which if she's there, my guess is Maxime Castillo is going to be there as well. So yeah, definitely keep your eye out for the link on this pretty epic event.
Yeah, no shortage of international talent as well as, like you mentioned, local talent. Yeah, don't be surprised if one of the locals, turns out to be a dark horse winner at this event.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's always a chance. I know Paola, I think she may be getting back there. She did pretty awesome on the mic and competed. So yeah, it's gonna be a pretty amazing event. My money's on this guy, Edwin Nunez. He is local hero, and I think he has one of the best shots to take this event out. His if he's able to travel the world and compete on the world tour, he would definitely freaking get one of those top 10 spots and remain there. So yeah, he's definitely somebody to watch. So there you have it. Bocas Panama Tropical Dream, and they changed the name to Bocas Invitational to Bocas International, I believe. So yeah, there you have it.
Nice. All right, so that brings us to the pitted video of the week. I didn't send you the link ahead of time because I was cruising my mom around. She needed to go shopping at a couple of spots, and you know, with my new car came the nickname of the family taxi.
Nice.
So, but I do have a video in mind. I shared it on my Facebook page a couple days ago. If
Okay.
you go to Breaking TV on YouTube, It's the most recent video of Tanner McDaniel and Craig Wetter tearing up some beach break in Southern California. It's just shy of 9 minutes, the whole video. We don't have to watch the whole thing, but some killer beach break action on that.
All right, let's get that up and rolling.
Yeah, I want to say the name of it is "Scoring the Finest California Beach Break with the Boys."
All right, I think I got it here. Sharing the sound, and let me know if you get the sound.
Yep, I've got audio.
Every time they put out a video, it reminds me that I'm pretty lucky here in Southern California to have these types of waves going.
Stop, folks.
Man, this looks so freaking fun.
Hell yeah.
You have an idea where this wave is at?
I do not.
I almost want to say like Orange or up in the LA area. Or it could be Salt Creek. That looks like Salt Creek. Little weather on the side. No way. No way. Pretty good about not showing any of the landmarks. Oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. Should I just close it? Can't believe it took me this long. Moving over, Arthur Curtis and Opie are online. What's up, fellas? We can stop it there. Let's see what they got as far as their goods. Nice. So if you want to support these guys and have them keep doing what they're doing, pick up one of their hoodies, t-shirts. Really nice. You can do it right off of their YouTube. I like that one. But they're thank for that was perfect. Got me
Yeah,
pretty
I
stoked.
tell you what, Breaking Even TV on YouTube has become one of my favorite go-tos. You know, I love watching Craig Wetter ride. He's one of Southern California's top riders.
Super
I
smooth.
I don't really know him. You know, I've met him, I've seen him out in the water, but you know, never really got a chance to hang out with him. Obviously, you and I have known Tanner since he was 12. You know, and you know, we've seen him grow from, you know, super Grom to world champion. You know, anytime he puts out a new video clip, I know it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, those two guys have kept the motivation going as far as Southern California bodyboarding, and we should get them online. Shit.
You know what? That would be phenomenal. A
Okay.
little book life pitted with Action Manny V with Breaking Even TV as the guest.
All right. Why don't I just put that in the comment right now? Would you two like to join Steve Action Jackson and I or a chat on Book Live? Hit me up.
Nice.
There it is.
All right. Now this brings us to what's normally the end of our show, our weekly motivation. If y'all will indulge me a little bit, this week it's kind of a closing monologue or me talking story a little bit. Obviously, as all of you know, a couple weeks ago I had corneal replacement surgery on my right eye. I suffered an injury out in the water at Oceanside Pier in late 2023 that left me 90% blind in my right eye. And it's been a while and a lot of doctor's appointments and scheduling and whatnot. Finally had the surgery done, three eye procedures over the course of a week at Duke University. First, before I go any further, I'd like to say thank you to Dr. Williams, who did the surgery and the two procedures afterwards. Um, I'm already seeing slight but noticeable improvement in my eyesight. And over the course of the next 6 months to a year, they're confident that I could possibly regain majority, if not all, of my eyesight. Um,
Damn.
yeah, the process was for the transplant surgery. They grafted stem cells from my left eye and implanted them into my right eye. It's phenomenal what they can do with science these days. 30 years ago, I hate to say it, but I would have been shit out of luck, just blind in my right eye for the rest of my life. And they gave me the option of doing a surgery to stabilize the eye, but keeping it as it was, or trying this stem cell transplant to try and regain my vision. And you know me, there was pretty much no hesitation. I was like, you know what? Let's try it. I'd rather try it and have it not work than not try it and wonder what if. Yeah. So zero hesitation. And so I'm going through recovery right now. Honestly, with the meds and the eye drops and everything, the hardest part for me right now is being patient because I am so anxious to get through the 4 to 6 week recovery period and get back into a pool, get back to training, and ultimately get back out into the ocean on a boog. I've been out of the water for over a year and a half, and I've said this literally to multiple people. The salt water in my veins is screaming to get back out in the water. So, but I don't know if it's the meds or just me being anxious to get back to bodyboarding, but the past week I have been having some insane dreams. You know, everything from being back to New Jersey to honestly last night I had a dream that I moved back down to Brazil. I had a new wife and family. I was bodyboarding Costa Cinco with my old friends again. I even had a dream that I moved to Australia. I've never even been to Australia, and I had a dream that I was living in Australia. And you know, yeah, they're all dreams. They may be prescription induced, but it just got me thinking. All of the experiences I've had, all the places I've been fortunate enough to travel to and live in, all the amazing people I've gotten to meet and know over the years, you know, it's not just happenstance. It's not just quote unquote luck. Anytime somebody says I'm lucky, I think about it and I'll nod and say, yeah, I am lucky. But when you cut to the chase, luck is nothing more than when opportunity and preparation come together. And you know what? I've been fortunate in that respect. I'm thankful. You know, I'm creeping up on 50. I'm working my way back out into the water. And all I can really say to all y'all out there is be prepared for when your opportunities present themselves because, you may not get those opportunities again. Don't let them pass you by. With that,
Amen to that.
I'm going to wrap up this episode with that. Thank you, everybody, for listening to me ramble. You know me, I love to talk story. And thank you for tuning in for episode 298. We'll see you for episode 299. Until then, we're out. Manny, love you, brother. See you next time around.